Welcome to Tony Martignetti Nonprofit Radio, big nonprofit ideas for the other 95%. We're covering the Next Gen Charity Conference in New York City at the AXA Equitable Theater. We're here live, and my guest right now is Rachel Sklar. She's one of the primary speakers, one of the featured speakers today at the conference. Rachel is the editor-at-large for Mediaite.com, which is a site about media and its overlap with politics, technology, business, sports, and pop culture. Last year, on her birthday, Rachel launched the online charity site Charitini.com, which promotes microgiving by allowing donors to substitute a small charitable donation for a birthday drink with a friend. Her topic at the conference today is It's Always Someone's Birthday. We're talking about birthday-driven fundraisers, and I'm very pleased that Charitini and her work brings her to the show. Rachel, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for taking time out of the conference schedule. Charitini, what was the genesis of Charitini?
The genesis was me turning, it's on the internet, I can say it, me turning 36.
Okay.
So
Nobody listens to the show, nobody watches the blog, so don't worry. It's between you, me, and John behind the cameras.
It's all right.
No.
I'm an open book. It's on Wikipedia.
Okay.
So I'd had the 35 year birthday. That was very exciting. And so who really needs to celebrate 36? But it fell during, my birthday's in December, so it was December 2008. And this is like the darkest depths of the recession,
Yes,
when
right.
the axes swung and repeatedly and bloodily, and it was a really serious time, and it was really bad for nonprofits because Lehman and AIG and JP Morgan, I mean, finance took a huge hit. So I decided that it would be churlish of me to not do anything for my birthday when I have a lot of friends and I don't particularly love drinking that much. Like I like a glass of champagne, but I don't need 5 of them, and I have more than 5 friends. So I decided to ask my friends to, in lieu of getting me a birthday drink, because it's sort of like a very low level of commitment to ask, in lieu of buying me a drink, whether it be a glass of champagne or the pubs that you could afford, donate it to charity. And just as an experiment in social microgiving, and it really worked well. We raised, between 4 charities, we raised just under $2,000, and that's not an earth-shaking.
So that was for your birthday?
For my birthday,
right?
Just my friends, one birthday.
One person's birthday,
Yes.
one day, $2,000 for 4 charities.
Yes.
Right.
And while that's not an earth-shaking amount, when you think about how that scales, it certainly can be. And so I started having Charitini birthdays for my friends. I basically started pestering my friends to have Charitini birthdays, and I saw that it could scale. And so I've always in the back of my head wanted to take Charitini, which right now is a website where I sort of I post my musings on nonprofits and sort of promote whatever I can, and occasionally there are cat videos there too.
Okay.
And turn it into something that can potentially be an engine for becoming a destination for this kind of giving. And I haven't gotten there yet. I plan to, but in the meantime, there's no reason why any other nonprofit can't do exactly the same thing. I didn't invent birthdays, celebrating them, right, or exploiting them for some further aims.
Your conference topic is It's Always Someone's Birthday.
That's right.
So your suggestion is that people could enlist the help of their people who are already supporting them and have them do the same thing that you asked your friends to do.
Of course, it's actually like a very easy form of delegating. You send the happy birthday message. It all starts with how what you ask of your donors and participants and the people who are in your network. You at minimum ask them for their birthday, and then on their birthday send them an email, or the week before their birthday,
right,
say, congratulations, you're about to have a birthday, would you like to do something with that? So in that sense, you can really tap into it. And I talked a bit about why birthdays are awesome, because they're pre-scheduled, when they're coming up, and it's easy to delegate. It's a reason for you to get in touch with the donor, so it's not like you're bugging them. You're just saying, hey, happy birthday. Everybody likes that. There's a higher impetus for giving. So it's not just like a regular everyday ask. It's not just like, please, we need your help. Every day counts so much.
Right,
This is a very special day, and it only happens once a year. Don't you want to do something with it? And then, you can sort of leverage the donor to turn around and do that with their own networks. And so you can, there's absolutely nothing to be lost from doing that. So little networks, big networks, in the aggregate, it definitely will add up.
And the idea is simplicity really is its genius. And it sort of encourages people to think more resourcefully about what they have, more creatively, I should say, maybe about the resources that they have in their own nonprofits. I mean, they have constituents have birthdays, but going beyond that, the simplicity of working with what you have.
Of course, and really just tapping into networks that are already existing.
Already exist, right?
Yeah, and really just recognizing that, that community is something that we all have with a whole bunch of different sort of stakeholders. Like all of our lives are a series of overlapping Venn diagram circles, and you've got to understand that you should be looking beyond just one. And so I know I like to use the analogy of Boggle. It's a very nerdy analogy.
Okay.
But you shake up the box and you get a whole bunch of different letters, and then you're looking at them. You think you've had all the words, and then you turn the little Boggle box around, and then all of a sudden you see a word you hadn't seen before. Yes. So it's just it's a different way of thinking.
Earlier today, I interviewed Chris Forbes, the co-author of Guerrilla Marketing for Nonprofits, and that was very much his message, and it is the message of his book, that you should be looking creatively about what you around what you already have, not need to spend a lot of money in order to have some success in fundraising, or whether it's branding, marketing. Use the resources that you've got.
Sure, absolutely. And one of the other points that I made in my presentation was that you don't have to know the person to shamelessly exploit their birthday.
Yes.
I mean, I use the example of George Clooney. On George Clooney's birthday, I did a little post. So it was George Clooney is all about raising money and awareness for Sudan. So I provided links to a few campaigns, and I'm not saying that I changed the world by doing that, but what I'm saying is that that's just another way of executing.
Right, and we want to encourage that kind of creative thinking, genius of simplicity around all nonprofits, small and mid-size especially, because they're the most strapped, most constrained. I don't know. Anything else you want to share with the audience that maybe you mentioned in your presentation today? Anything else? Go ahead.
Just that you can plan ahead for this stuff. When you're making your big push, or for donations or for membership signups, if there's ever a big reason for you to reach out, you can even add it at the bottom of every single email that you send out, or put a page on the website or whatever that's like, birthday coming up, sign up here, or loved one's birthday, do something special for mom. I mean, there's your all birthday, you have to do is solicit that information. People will give it to you.
Your birthday can help us. Here's check to learn more how, or click to learn more.
And you can turn it around and say your birthday can help you, and if you got a smart biz dev person, you can work out a partnership with a local merchant for a small local charity, or you can tap into corporations that always want to do things creatively. I mean, you can get deals, birthday deals, different deals for different months. There is a lot that can be done, and the best thing is about it's always someone's birthday. That means that there's only 365 days in the year, unless it's a leap year, in which case you have another birthday. And an even bigger reason to have a celebration.
Right, one more 365th.
Right,
yes.
Exactly. That's you get quadruple Charitini birthday on that day. So you can plan ahead for this stuff, and there's always a potential birthday to exploit, frankly. Not in a bad way, in a great way.
In a fabulous way, yes. So people will find more information at charitini.com. I mean, you've got these ideas on that site.
I will, when I go write all of this down. I'm going to put my presentation on the site. The site is more of a portal right now, but I mean, it's definitely, there's resources there. And anyone can get in touch with me via Twitter, or stalk me on Facebook. I'm
okay. What's your ID? What's your ID on Twitter?
It's Rachel Sklar at RACHEL_SKLAR.
All right. I want to thank at Rachel Sklar for joining me today. Rachel is editor-at-large at Mediaite.com, and you can find more about her also at Charitini.com, as well as some cat videos. This is Tony Martignetti, Tony Martignetti Nonprofit Radio. Rachel, thank you very much for joining us.
It was my pleasure.